For years, I thought the only way to land high end clients was to offer fully custom services, custom estimates, detailed proposals. But honestly, that way of working made my business feel really hard to sell, harder to scale, and just way more exhausting to run. If you're tired of custom proposals, fuzzy offers, and not knowing how to talk about what you do in a way that gets people to say yes, today's best of episode is going to show you why packaging your process can change everything. Reframing how I think about custom work and shifting toward packages is one of the biggest, most impactful changes I've ever made in my business. And it's one of the most valuable transformations I help clients make inside my program, Package Your Process Accelerator. And applications are now officially open for my intimate spring cohort of Package Your Process Accelerator, which is going to run May 6th through June 3rd. So if you want help putting what I'm about to teach you into action, you can learn more and apply for free at packageyourprocess.com. All right, let's rethink custom, embrace packaging, and dive right in. Welcome to the Establish Yourself podcast, the show that helps coaches and consultants get clear on how to talk about what you do, simplify your offers, and have more fun in your business and beyond. I'm Annie Franceschi, brand strategist, author, former Disney storyteller, and forever Muppet fan. I'm here to help you clarify your message, package your expertise, and streamline your systems to grow a business you actually enjoy. If you're ready for less confusion and more magic, it's time to establish yourself. Have you ever felt like the only way you can land high-end clients is to offer fully custom services? I used to think that too, until I realized that custom work was actually keeping me stuck. So today, I'm sharing how moving from custom to packaged services has transformed my business, brought in better clients, and made me so much more profitable, all while simplifying my work. I've been in business for 12 years, and for the majority of that time, I have been a done for you branding agency. For a long time, I thought and assumed what people wanted from me and valued from me was custom. Everything custom, completely to meet whatever you need. Do you need a logo? Do you need a LinkedIn about story? What are the pieces? Let me put together a custom proposal for you. I would create these really detailed proposals, offering any branding service people thought that they needed. LinkedIn, presentation decks, websites, you name it. I believe that offering custom was the way to get high-end clients and charge more for my services. But what I was often finding when I was offering custom services was I would be on these wild goose chases and having to learn all these new systems and tools to, what is the LinkedIn character size? What's going on YouTube? Learning things takes you time and it would take me away from what I was doing. It would make it almost impossible for me to follow the same process with every client. Every proposal was custom. Every contract was custom. Every price was custom. And I was losing a lot of time. Custom work was actually making it harder to attract clients who saw me as the expert. It was making it almost impossible to simplify my time, and I wasn't going to be able to scale my business this way. Part of the problem that I realized was happening with custom is I was depending on my clients to know what they needed, to know exactly what they needed to solve their problems. I wasn't showing up as the expert. I was showing up as the short order cook being like, what do you want? When you do everything custom, you're actually constantly reinventing the wheel. Each project is going to have you do a new process, different contracts, learning new skill sets, just so you can say yes to something. It sounds like it's a high end service, but in reality, it can really backfire. Custom work is often going to mean more time, lower efficiency, and way harder to maintain and simplify and streamline your systems. When I finally realized how much time, effort, focus, and capacity that being custom was costing me, I started to experiment with packaging my offers. So instead of custom proposals for every client, I started creating signature offers, structured, repeatable services that solve specific problems. So, for example, in my done for you practice, I created what I call the brand story solution. Instead of offering a custom package of X number of logos, colors, fonts, slide deck, different things, I went from all these highly custom packages and proposals to if you want to work with me for done for you branding, I offer the brand story solution. It is your clear marketing message, your consistent visual brand, and a compelling website that pulls all those things together. It is the same solution for both individuals and for teams. And it includes what 95% of coaches, consultants, and service providers I've worked with for the better part of a decade need when you're at this moment of you know what you do, but you have trouble communicating it. You're going to need a messaging guide, a logo, fonts, colors, a slide presentation deck. You're going to need a website that tells your story where the writing and design is included. Instead of saying, like, let me put together a branding proposal, I'll say, if you're struggling to pivot, if you need to brand your business or you need to rebrand your business, let's work together. Here it is, done for you, the brand story solution. If you want to feel more confident and book more ideal clients and feel clear about how you talk about what you do, this is going to solve that from every front. That is a branded signature offer. I like to call these Lego brick offers. They're kind of modular, clear, and scalable. They're able to be smartly and efficiently combined. What I just told you, the brand story solution, is actually 3 Lego bricks brought together. So the first is the clear marketing message, AKA a brand voice guide. So that's your messaging guide. The second piece is your consistent visual brand. That's what I call a brand story guide, where I bring in both the messaging guide and your visuals, your logo, your fonts, your colors, things like that. And then lastly, your compelling website, where I do the writing and design. All 3 of those pieces can be done in phases, or they can just be, you can do just one step, step 1 and 2, or all 3. They build on each other like Lego bricks. The brand story solution is my done for you offer. My one-to-one solution, if you want to work with me in a live brand strategy context, is package your process with the expert. That is also a productized service to help you get clear and brand and sell a signature service with confidence and get all of my templates to do it on your own into the future. These offers are not 100% completely tailor made for every single person I meet with, but they're based on my experience of solving problems for hundreds of clients. I have figured out what most people need and put them together into buyable, clear package solution. Making this simple shift of letting go of trying to create a custom estimate for every single client, it has more than tripled my revenue and it's helped me become known for something specific, for branding, for helping you get clear on your brand story, your offers, and your systems. So if you're on the fence about whether you should shift from doing all custom work to more packaged and productized services, taking what you've been doing and creating easy to buy and invest in signature offers, here's what you need to know. Think like a chef, not a diner. I used to think that high-end service meant saying yes to everything, but it's actually the opposite. I want you to think about when you go to a diner. When you can order anything versus a chef's tasting menu, where do you trust the expert to serve the best dishes? Where do you spend more money? Where do you wait until that chef is available, right? Clients don't actually want endless choices. They want the right solution that solves their problem. So that's the first piece. Think like a chef, not a diner. The second piece, get clear and confident about what your offer is. When you clearly define what you do, you're going to naturally attract the right clients. Ambiguity and confusion has the effect of repelling people. If people don't know exactly what they're getting from you, they're going to hesitate to buy. When you package your services, you create certainty, both for you and your clients. That clarity is going to build trust and make it way easier for clients to say yes to working with you. The third piece, embrace the power of repeatable systems. When you package your services, you create so much more efficiency. Streamlined systems in the form of contracts, schedules, emails, client onboarding, all of those things become repeatable. So instead of recreating your work every single time, you get to refine and perfect your client experience. A streamlined process is a premium experience for your clients, and it's going to reduce your stress And it's going to be a key part of raising your rate. Sometimes what we're selling is not just the thing we're creating or the coaching we're providing, it's how we're doing that. It's the quality of the experience we deliver. If we don't bring clear consistency to that, a streamlined system, if we can't guarantee repeatable results, we're not going to be able to raise our rates and charge more. The key to having that premium experience that comes with the premium price tag is to streamline those systems. And that's where moving from always custom to productized to meet your ideal client's biggest issues is going to be a game changer. The next thing I want you to know is that productizing your services helps make scaling possible. If you've been stuck in custom work, it's going to be impossible to grow beyond a certain level. You just don't have enough time. You can scale with team members and things like that, but generally speaking, I've worked with consultants who help people with seven-figure marketing agencies who will still tell me how important it is to productize your services for all the reasons we've discussed. Getting clear and specific about the work you do, packaging it, those are big ways of taking your practice to the next level and establishing yourself. Packaged services are going to allow you to optimize your time and even bring on more support if you need to. Because scaling isn't about doing more, it's about creating systems that allow your business to run efficiently. When we offer everything, clients don't know what to choose. And by extension, we don't get known for anything. Shifting from custom to packaged services has made my services more premium. They become so much easier to sell. I work with more of my favorite clients than ever, and they get better results and tell their friends about it. I've figured out the best way to do your done for you branding, the best way to get clear on how to brand and sell your services with confidence, not all the different possible ways tailored to your personality. This is the best way. And the last thing I want to say about this before you're like, but Annie, it's not going to work for me. I really want you to understand that being a packaged or productized service and moving away from just pure custom estimates and engagements all the time doesn't mean that your work isn't customized. I used to think that I couldn't package my coaching and live consulting style services like my VIP days because they're too broad. In a VIP day called a Magic Strategy Day, I help clients do everything from develop their whole offer suite to pivot their message to fix systems like their client experience step by step in their business. You can apply packaging even to open ended offers like this if you think smartly about how to organize your time and how to position the offer. So, I do a wide variety of things in what I call a Magic Strategy Day, from X to Y to Z. But every single Magic Strategy Day I do is still 2 2-hour sessions, a half-hour follow-up call, and it's the same price. When I work with a client to do a Magic Strategy Day, we do a free kickoff call. This is part of my repeatable process. We get together and we make a roadmap. I call it a prioritized working agenda. We say things like, okay, for you, we're going to work on your brand positioning, fix your value ladder. The next client, I'll go through that same half-hour kickoff call and come up with a different agenda. Packaged services can essentially be the best of both worlds. I'll give you one more example. My client, Sarah, is a virtual assistant. And when we worked together, we did her done for you branding for her practice. And then I did live consulting with her to help her figure out how to package her services. For years, she thought because she's a virtual assistant and she works hourly, she couldn't package her services. But she and I worked together to create clear, tiered service packages that made it way easier for Sarah to sell and to scale. They include up to X number of hours, and they have a clearly defined scope of what she and her team can and can't offer. So they aren't always on this wild goose chase of trying to learn new skills. Now, Sarah runs a very successful multi six figure virtual assistant business with structured offers instead of just hours. So, whatever your business is, it likely could benefit from moving away from customizing every contract proposal and engagement to something more productized. Custom work may have felt like it's been the best way to scale, but as you may have heard today, it could be holding you back. By packaging your services, you're going to simplify your business, attract your favorite clients, and increase your profitability dramatically. And if you would love a step-by-step way to do that with confidence, Package Your Process Accelerator is now open. This is my intimate group program to help you go from unclear on how you talk about what you do and what you offer to confidently presenting a clear, client attracting package in just 5 weeks. You'll walk away with sharper messaging, a stronger offer, and my repeatable system of strategies and templates so you can brand, market, and sell your services with so much more confidence going forward. Our next cohort is May 6th through June 3rd. Applications are free, take about 3 minutes, and spots are filled on a rolling basis until the cohort is full. So if you are curious, head on over now and apply at packageyourprocess.com. And even if that group experience may not be the right fit, I will tell you, and I can help you explore whether the private version might make more sense for where you are now. Truly, the shift away from custom and toward package services changed everything for me. It's helped me simplify, scale, and communicate my value so much more clearly. And that's exactly why I created Package Your Process Accelerator, so you can do the same. So if today's episode hit home, head on over to packageyourprocess.com and apply now. Thanks for being here with me today. And if you're in the middle of rethinking your offers, your messaging, or the way you sell your expertise, I hope this episode gives you permission to simplify, get clearer, and trust what you do best. Hey, do you like surprises? The credits are about to roll, but just like a Marvel movie, stick around to the end for something I put in just for you. Thanks for listening to the Establish Yourself podcast. I'm Annie Franceschi, and if you're enjoying the show, it would mean so much to me if you follow it, leave a quick rating, or share it with a friend. And for free branding resources and more ways to work together, head to greateststorycreative.com/podcast. Now here it is, your moment of magic. Okay. I can't believe it, but this Thursday, I'm doing stand-up comedy at Good Nights Comedy Club. Good Nights is where pretty much every one of your favorite comedians has come through at some point, and I will be there on Thursday, April 9th in Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you're anywhere nearby and you are curious to come out, consider this the last reminder. And oh my gosh, wish me breaking a leg or luck, or I don't even know because I've got to run through my set a couple more times before Thursday. But thank you for listening and cheering me on in this wild dream that started here in the moment of magic so many months ago that I was just thinking about stand-up comedy. And now my actually first paid comedy show is happening at Goodnight's Comedy Club. So I'll put a link in the show notes if you want to come out. And if you can't make it or you are not here in the area, I've got some fun news coming soon that I'd love your take on. So be sure to keep listening to these moments of magic for more. Waka waka.